Hello everyone, it's Kaitlin. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are all doing well and feeling happy and healthy as we are almost in the month of February. So we are officially 1 month through 2021, which is kind of wild to think about. Today I'm going to be showing you my 2021 bullet journal setup. If you've been here for a while, you might know that I've already actually set up my bullet journal for 2021. But after kind of fiddling with the thinner Stalogy notebook pages, I realized that I really wanted a notebook with thicker pages, which is why I'm going to be switching into this A5 Equinox Archer and Olive journal for 2021 going forward. So I thought that I would take you along today for this really simple setup. Because I already set up my journal once before, I really didn't want a hardcore, time-intensive layout because my Bujo batteries are kind of drained after doing my 2021 setup, January setup, and now I have to do my February setup. So I really wanted something really quick, easy, and simple to do. And that's what I'm going to be taking you through today. What I just showed you was a couple things that I taped into the front and back of my journal. I made this key in 2021 at a glance in my last plan with me, so I'll link that above if you want to see how I made it. And I'm starting off this journal setup with writing my name on the nameplate. I was trying to be really artsy and get a nice angle of this shot when I was doing it, but it ended up with me forgetting to actually record the footage. But this is what the page looks like, really simple, key on the left and name on the right. The first page in this notebook is kind of funky, so I'm just going to tape that together later, and I'm flipping the page over to start my first spread of this journal setup, which is my future log. When I was thinking about what kind of spreads I wanted to set up in this journal, I knew that for me a future log was really important, and I also realized that I really didn't want to go through this journal and number all of the pages again, so I decided to go right into my future log with this journal and completely skip the index, which is a bit odd for me, but I'm curious to try this out and see if I like not having an index for once. But I think it should be okay because I tend to kind of tab and mark off pages I use frequently anyway, so we will see how that goes, but I'm hopeful. But let's jump into what I'm actually doing for this future log. I am making my future log over 4 pages. This spread is going to have the first 3 months of the year, so January through March, and the other spread, which I'll show you after this one, is April through June. This layout that I'm going for is kind of an expanded and modified version of the original bullet journal future log. Instead of allocating 6 months to 2 pages, I've made it bigger, so having 3 months on 2 pages. And for each month, I'm having it go across both pages, and I'm taking the far right-hand section as a spot for me to note down big projects and tasks that I want to kind of schedule in and accomplish that month. For each month, I'm kind of denoting what month it is with lettering the first letter of the month, J for January, F for February, M for March, and so on and so forth. And then to kind of contain the future log, I am drawing a border around the kind of 1/3 section of the page. I like to keep my borders really chill and perfectly imperfect by allowing lots of spaces and kind of wiggles to happen. I find it gives it a really nice, loose, carefree look, and it also allows me to kind of take away some pressure that I put on myself when journaling. I also wanted to stay true to my original theme when I set up this setup for the first time back in December, so I added a couple of warm gray flourishes with a Pitt Artist pen by Faber-Castell. spread, I essentially go in and replicate what I did on the first page on the second page. I wanted to quickly show you here before I go into the inking part. I'm taking my eraser and kind of going over all of the sketches I made to make sure that the pencil lines are lighter. This is really important because it's going to ensure that when I go over my pencil lines with my marker, you can't really see the pencil through, because once you go over pencil and marker, most of the time I find you can't really erase it afterwards, so I try to kind of go light on the pencil so I don't have little lines going through my line and then, just a lot of lines, not really what I'm going for. So that is why I like to kind of erase my pencil marks first. For all of the letters that I'm lettering, and really all of the lettering that I do in this entire setup, I'm using my Tombow Funosuke hard tip brush pen. This is one of my favorite brush pens because it's a really stiff nib, so it allows you to have a lot of control with the pen, which is really great for me because I'm heavy-handed, but it's also really good for beginners who are just kind of getting in the groove of brush control. So if you're looking for a pen to journal with for your lettering, I 10 out of 10 recommend this one. It's really affordable, and I find one pen lasts me about 3 to 6 months when I use it regularly, so it does last quite a while, which is really nice. So after I finished my future log, I flipped all the way to the back of my journal to set up the other part of this setup. We're moving into phase 2, and this is going to be a section where I'm going to record my memories for the year. I have tried a buttload of ways to memory keep, and I've found that for me, the most effective way is to do a 1 line a day style kind of shenanigan, where I write just kind of one quick sentence about what happened during the day. So in order to set this up in my bullet journal, I'm making this cover page, which has the kind of gray flourish design that I'm going for throughout this entire theme. I just inverted it, so I made the background gray and the flourish is white to kind of create a little more variety, visual interest, and I lettered 2021 below it, and I drew a border. And I'm going to essentially save 1 to 12 pages after these for 6 months of the year. For each month, I like to do one of the 2 pages dedicated to the 1 line a day, which I'll pop a picture up here, but it looks a lot like a vertical calendar from the bullet journal method. And on the left-hand page, I like to do kind of a decorative circle kind of theme moment, like what you're seeing here. Again, I'm sure the picture makes more sense than what my mouth is saying right now, but that's what I do for each month. I feel like that was a lot more complicated than I meant it to be, but that is what I'm doing here. I actually found after doing my 1 line a day successfully this month that unlike other months where I felt like the month had whizzed by and I didn't have any idea of like where the month went, I actually was able to look through my pages and get a really good idea of what kind of happened overall in the month, and I just thought this was a really meaningful and useful experience and a really helpful result of this spread, so that's kind of why I want to keep this up in my journal, and I'm really excited to kind of see how it progresses throughout the year. I always forget to show this part in my plan with me's, and I want to remember this time. So pretty much what I'm doing here is after I've set up all my spreads, I'm going in with my favorite Midori index clips. These are in the color orange, and I'm going in and putting a tab on my future log as well as my 1 line a day section. And that's just going to make it easier for me to flip to these spreads more easily and more quickly. With the tabs in place, we have now come to the end of this very simple, very minimal, very easy, this took me under, I think, half an hour, plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I set up my journal, and I hope that you had some time to just chill and relax in this video. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I hope you are all doing well again, and I hope you all have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone!